It's Starry. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a regular, welcome back. And if you're subscribed to Bernardo Rob, you'll notice that his live just started as well. But that's normal. How is everyone doing this morning? It's sunny but very cold here this morning. It's minus 3 degrees Fahrenheit. No, minus 6 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 21 degrees Celsius. A bit nippy out, but better than yesterday where it was windy and snowing. So, all the way, just after 7 in the morning, Dana Reed showed up this morning. First one in the house that I can see on StreamYard. And then Joe over at Michigan Gym showed up. It's cold and nasty with some snow to shovel. I say we boycott winter. And Dana agreed. G Keyman 565. I have not seen anyone else over on Starrylock, so G Keyman might be all by himself, but you are recognized and not alone. Dingle Hopper all the way here from Denmark. Am I getting a feedback? Yes, I am. Where am I getting it from? I don't know. Camera should be the only thing picking up audio. There, did that take care of it? Yes. Okay. Now I got to catch up with the chat. Ohio Metal Maven is here. Photos Against Anxiety is in the house. Tripwire has arrived. Or had arrived. He was here already before I got to his chat. Marlon at MAERvideos is here. Mandy's Candy is here. DNL Treasures is here. Emily Blessings is in the house. Martin Smith. 14 people. That's a pretty good start. Oh, I'm on the wrong camera. I'm on the desktop. You can't even see me. I'm wearing my Make America Think Again t-shirt, over top of which is my Emmitsburg Main Street Community Theater sweatshirt because it's cold out there. Jimmy Cloak is in the house. Evil Arch Conservative has joined us. And the most recent join is Red Dragon Videos. I think I have everyone. So, let's take a look at. There is a new Sunday morning show over on Park Rat Metal Detecting, Park Rat Pat's channel. And it is the early show with Park Rat and Swifty. When Swifty moved, he stopped making videos other than shorts. And so this is his first venture back into live again. And so that is something to fill your morning with before you come here if you want. There is a link down in the description on Starry's Lost and Found. I was getting information on the channels and their links into Starry's Lost and Found. I don't think I have the link for Park Rat and Swifty on Starrylock, but all the other links are there. Going on simultaneous with this and continuing for a good 90 minutes after I am done, we have Sunday morning live stream with Monardo Rob and Mr. Charlie. The link to their live is in the description, as is the links to their channels. DiggingCanuck comes on following my time, about 90 minutes after I am finished. Marlon and Tripwire will have their show. They have Hot Dog Diggs as a guest today. It's always a lively show, whether you are there for the guests or just there for the community. Well worth sticking around for. Guedos starts shortly after Marlon is finished, unless Marlon is running unusually long, because Guido's has moved his to about 10 minutes after when Marlon usually finishes. The Mercy and Metal Detecting has their show this week. This is their bi-weekly show date, so this is John Clayton and Percy will have their metal detecting live chat. That's at 2 p.m. Eastern, which is 8 p.m. UK time, 9 p.m. Western Europe, 1 p.m. my time. You know, it's how time works, time zones. I think that covers everybody. So, I'll be right back. I got asked this week how much snow we have on the ground here, and I said it varies a lot because we've been doing these fluctuations of getting spending 3 or 4 days slightly above freezing, which allows melting, and then it drops below zero, and as you hit that transition period between the two, you end up with the warm and cold, and you get 6 inches of snow. And then it gets cold and it's sunny, but it's bitter cold out. And then it transitions again back to the warm weather. And you get Shane from Ohio River History is here. And Chaz 73 is in the house. I was going to say, I don't know if Shane's ever been here before, but he has a wrench, so he must have been. Moon over Miami is in the house. Metal Detecting North Carolina, Gallivanting Galantes, Expressions of the Outdoors, 23 people. That's pretty lively. So we went over the shows that are coming up and the show that has already been on this morning for future reference. Okay, Shane has asked me to let him know when I hit 1K. I was 16 away yesterday. Today I am 17 away. Welcome to YouTube. I was looking at the analytics on the channel, and lo and behold, people have been telling me it's your shorts that are giving you all these subscribers. Stu's Metal Detecting is here. And it mind you, it helps. And it gives me 1 or 2 subscribers usually per short. But for whatever reason, YouTube decided to recommend a couple of my videos, primarily, I can't remember the exact title, but I think it's introducing magnet fishing to a friend. Got recommended in, of all places, Peru and Brazil, Argentina, Panama, and Mexico. That's where my viewership suddenly went. I think a video had like 120 views, and it is now sitting around 15K and has brought in 43 subscribers from Latin America. Go figure. I'm not sure why I hit being recommended by YouTube in those countries, but if the people are here on a regular basis and viewing, I'm certainly not going to in any way complain. Polar Bear says, Yummy is here. And there's a couple other videos which has gone, they're regular length videos, not shorts, that primarily in Peru, because Peru for a while before I started putting out shorts again was actually my #1 country for viewership. And that started in November and has just recently started to die off. So for about 2 months, I was a minor hit in Peru. Between all the channels, though, it brought in around 150 subscribers. So if it had kept going, I would have had to have learned Spanish, I think, to better communicate with people in Latin America. So I'm not sure why that happened or why it died back. If YouTube wants to go around recommending me somewhere else, feel free. More than happy to see that. Oh, and the other strange part of that whole Peru recommendations was, according to the analytics, it's 100% women, mostly 20 to 30-year-olds, some 30-year-olds, and then it lessens as you go either direction on the age chart. But apparently women in Peru, according to YouTube, really wanted to see my magnet fishing. The rookie detectorist video where I find the harmonica reed got almost 6,000 views. So, it's not quite as popular, but kind of amazing. Cooking Sazzy's Way is here from the UK. And I did not see Cynthia come in, but I see Chaz73 greeting Cynthia. So, and Pocket Watch is here. And for some reason, YT has unsubbed me from Starry's Lost and Found on my Pocket Woman channel and can't join chat from that channel. Yeah, unless you're subscribed, you can't join in on the chat, I'm afraid. You could always subscribe, and then 5 minutes later, you will be able to be included in the chat. That's mostly done to drop off and get rid of all the spam that is out there, but I'm sorry for an inconvenience it causes. Rasolution is here this morning. as is Orlando, the 717 detector. I do not understand why YouTube chooses to unsubscribe anybody. It's a mystery to me. I had a channel I was watching on a regular basis, and about 20 minutes after I had watched a video, they posted a new one, and I was unaware of it because between my watching the last one and their new one coming out, YouTube had axed my subscription. So if you don't hear from somebody that you're used to hearing from, it's worth looking them up to make certain that you're still connected. So the Starrylock channel is sitting at 1,370. My views are in the toilet because I haven't made a video other than shout out videos on that channel and this live in ages, I'm afraid. And over here, we're sitting at 17 short of 1K. The views are sitting at 1665 for whatever good that does me, because it's a good 1,400 short of their. Polar Bear says, Yum needs a wrench. Can't have Polar Bear running around without a wrench. And Cynthia Prince needs a wrench. And Wolftail Wagger. I'm not familiar with that channel. I work at the USPS and have been attempting to repair our P.O. Box combo locks, but they no longer have the old manuals on file anywhere. Where did you get your hands on the old USPS manuals you'll have? Oh, wow. I found those on eBay. Not a proud statement, but they do occasionally show up there. That explains why I have not seen Wolftail Wagger. And he's on. I have my tablet set up for Starry's Lost and Found, and he is obviously over on Starrylock. I hope you are still here, but that answers your question. And the manual I have it only has really minor coverage on the combinations. It's primarily focused on the key locks. So. Lock Kraken is in the house. As always, if you hear me talking about a channel that you do not see in your chat, it's probably because it's over at the other chat. So, let me just check something here quick. I was watching a video from the Silver Stacking Smith, whose link is in this week's shout out video from Tuesday. And he was using folders that I'd never seen before. And apparently these are called albums and not folders when you get to the Dansco brand. I had never seen or heard of these. Yeah, we'll give full coverage down here. These actually permit you to get a view of both sides of the coin and offers some protection. because it has plastic on both sides of the coin. I had never heard of these. I have only heard of the various folders. Now, mind you, I'm not sure these are worth the money unless you really feel you need the protection. Because the folders like Whitman usually cost $5 or $6. These run around 30 to 40. And some of the larger ones cost even more. But they work fairly well. I was mystified as to how you're supposed to get a coin in there when I first got it, because it does not mail with instructions. And apparently what you do is put your thumb here and you start sliding. And I'm not getting it to work. Well, that's not working very well, is it? But you got to put your thumb in here, and that will, and then pull, and that will slide the plastic panel, and then you can put your coin in there like you would, like I did with these two. There we go. The plastic will slide over, and you can put your coins in there like you do on a regular folder. You plop it in there. It only makes contact with the cardboard on the edges and not on the back side like you would with the folder. So less likely for sulfur transfer, and it has protection for the coin. And I picked this one up to show you what a Dansco looks like in case you've never encountered it. Chaz is over there putting out people's links. Everyone can check everyone out simply by clicking on the channel on a laptop or a desktop computer. You'll get 3 dots off to the right. You click on the 3 dots. Top option is go to channel. On the tablet or a phone, you can actually just click the name and those options will pop up. So, and you can go to channel. Don't take advantage. As a moderator, you do have the power to put people in timeout or hide them from this channel. Don't do that. So, Tripwire says, sounds like a lot of work. I'd bend those sheets real quick. Yeah, that's probably a possibility. I do not think I'd spend the money to get another album from Dansco, but it was something different, and I thought I'd show you guys. So, when I got the original folder, where I got the 93 Hobo nickels from the estate sale, this was stuck in the inner pocket. And I'm not sure how this is, if this is a homemade jobby taking corrugated cardboard and gluing at the ends, or whether there's a commercial product that does this. But as you can see, that's more than just a normal roll. And we have buffalo nickels in here. I am not certain whether the person who put these in here intended to get into nickel carving, or whether It is simply, I don't know, I don't know if the estate sale was because the person who did this died, or and my shadows just aren't going to permit me to do this well, are they? I have to figure out how to get that coin cam working and still have the two regular cameras so that you can see the year on here. Oh, I did discover something about buffalo nickels. In 1913, that is where you get type 1 and type 2 buffalo nickels. It's only in 1913. And type 1 has a full mound, and then it puts 5 cents on top of the mound. And the mint discovered quickly that 5 cents was getting worn off. So they created the type 2, which gives you that slight indentation under the mount that the buffalo is standing on. And then they use that carved out area to put in your 5 cents. After 1913, all of the nickels used the type 2. So okay. Tell us the years if legible. Okay. The buffalo nickel was minted from 1913. And in 1913, as I said, they had a type 1 and type 2. Denver and San Francisco created less type 2s, so those would be your rarest of the initial coins. And then in 1914, everything would be standardized on the type 2s, and then the buffalo nickels run until 1938. I am not certain if 1938 is a split year where part of it is buffalo nickel and part of it is Jefferson, or if Jefferson starts in 39. But that is the year range we are dealing with. I am not sure if it's the camera's lean that is creating the shadow with the lights in here. This is not, it's well lit, but not exactly what you call a professional streaming studio. Because as soon as I get that coin close, of course, that one's hard to see no matter what. That is a 1923. We have a 1936. Given how much of a pain it is to get those panels in and out, I am not going to populate the book while you're here. It's another 1936. I didn't check mint though. This one is a 19. Let's switch to dual cam so you can see me looking at these things. That's a 1929D. And to my understanding, and someone who knows better can correct me. I know I'm mixing my hobbies. I'm using a lockpick with a coin. But the mint mark on these can be found underneath the 5 cents. So right down there. Which means those 1913 type 1s probably have the mint marks all rubbed off. I know, I don't have a nice mat for coin sorting with little circles to put everything in. It's a 1935 Philly. No mint mark means Philadelphia on these, like they do with a lot of early American coinage. This one, the lip on the edge has been flattened out, so it buries where the mint mark would be. And the shoulder is worn, so it is a no year. We'll put no years up there. $1937. And it is another no year coin. Three nerds is in the house. Yeah, I occasionally see people get them in change, and I sometimes get them in rolls, but they are pretty rare. If I had the coin cam, I could show you that. There is a D underneath of the 5 cents. And this is a 1936. And I'm going to put that directly under the other 36 because that's a Denver and not a Philadelphia. That is a barely legible 1928 with no mint mark or worn away mint mark. 1934. No mint mark, so that would be Philadelphia. I will, over the course of the week, Chris Capoon is in the house. I will, over the course of the week, fill up this, hopefully not destroying my plastic panels, and then show you next week. This is another 1936. Philadelphia. The Indian figure on these is a conglomeration of 3 different Native American chiefs. And I do not remember off the top of my head their names, I'm afraid. This is an extremely worn 1935 Denver. That was 1926 Philadelphia. This is a barely legible 1923, and the mint mark is barely visible as well, but it is Denver. My system isn't allowing a whole lot of room in case an S shows up, but 1938 Denver. So that's the final year. Rune International is here, all the way from Denmark. Got 7 hours in my future. 1930, with no marks, that would be Philadelphia, or the mark has been worn off. $1937, D. Backwood Exploits is here. Make sure you're checking out each other's channels if you're not subscribed already. This is definitely the most worn coin. That is almost slicked. But you can still make out it's a buffalo nickel, but there's no way you're getting a date. I don't even think the date acid they make, and I don't even know the name of it and don't intend to use it. So, but I do not think that would even get the date for me. Don Pix is here. I can make out a D for the mint mark, but there is no visible year. No, I'll take that back. It is a very barely visible 1929. $1934. $1930 Philadelphia. That one was pretty crisp. I'm not going to do coin oral hunting that often, so I think we're okay with but I'm going to have to figure out something even to show off my Hobo nickels better. Mint mark and barely visible 1929. $36D. 38, 37, 36. That's a much improvement over what I had. $1935D. $1936 with no mint mark. I don't know if you can see that. There's this tiger stripe pattern that has been gained over the time on this one. And I can tell there's a date there and that there's a mint mark, but I cannot tell what because of those stripes that the coin got from somewhere. And that had its date slicked off. Hi, Starry. I found my first and only Buffalo nickel 1923 last fall up here in Quebec, Canada. One thing's for certain, I will be spoiling for a choice on those 1936s. I have a lot of those. Maybe even give a few of those away. 1926. 1923. Yeah, my older eyes aren't so good for distance, even moderate distance, but small details are still good for it. So I am well pleased with that. That's a 36, although barely legible. And we still have a few to go here. That one, the date is slicked off. $19.20. $19.35. Do I have a mint mark? D. I have more 35Ds than I do Philadelphia. Another 1936 Philadelphia. $36 Philadelphia. They're going to need a separate stack before that coin falls over. And select date. Select date, I think it was in the 20s, but I couldn't tell anything more about it. 1926. $1936. 1925. $1935. Philadelphia. Down to the last three. Another 1936 Philadelphia. Stack the coins without tipping them over. That one is slicked as well, but also has that striped pattern to it. I don't know what causes that. That could simply be this, because this cardboard would have sulfur in it, And if the coins had been sitting in there a while, they would have picked up some of that sulfur, which would cause the striping. Just a guess. And 1920. Well, that's the end of that. $10 below 0 Fahrenheit. So you're only 4 degrees colder than it is here. This is why I'm taking my Canada venture at the beginning of June. I'm replicating my great-grandfather's journey to Canada 111 years after he did it. I know what crossing he went over into Manitoba. And then I have an 11-year gap before he shows up in Saskatchewan. I don't know what he did for those 11 years. Maybe some visits to libraries there will tell me, but he crossed over in January of 1913. I can't imagine crossing the border into Canada in the middle of winter. The Canadian immigration papers does not say what he was driving, but it couldn't have been all that warm of a vehicle, I don't think. Yeah, I got a wide range in there. I did not get anything from 1913 to 1920, so plenty of room for improvement. The tiger striped ones are all have their dates slicked off anyway, so I will get them in the book, show you the book next week, and we will move on looking at some of the Hobo nickels in my collection next week. We are at 8:50 my time, which means the show's been going on for 50 minutes. I am going to bid you on your way. I have set up Starrylock to redirect over to Monardo Rob's. You are free to leave and head over to Liz's. If you're not interested in going over to Liz's channel or to Monardo Rob's, you're free to do as you'd like. But those are two options up until MAERvideos has his creator meet and greet. And then if you are interested in metal detecting, guedos is after. Guedos is primarily prospecting, gold searching. I've only been there a couple times, I'll admit, but because I usually end up doing my daily chores right after Marlin's finished. So I have gone up to 985, so I am only 15 away from that 1K mark. I have 10 minutes here. Let's quickly go over the prizes. I'll have a separate video for this, but I am going to have a first, second, and third prize. I know, I'm showing you the back of computers. How exciting. Okay. So, third prize will be a 40% 1964 Kennedy $50. In a 1935 and a 1942 Winged Liberty. Second prize steps it up a bit here. I thought I put a Barber dime in there, but apparently I put 2 Winged Liberties. We have a gram of gold. This gold is produced by, is minted in this form from Landa Studios in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and is designed to easily split up into quarter grams. But you get the whole gram. There is a 1964 2.5 gulden coin from the Netherlands. This is not 90% silver, but 0.720. That's what the Dutch were doing at the time. But to get you a 90%er, I've also thrown in this Franklin $50, which might have been a proof at some point. I don't know, because it is nice and shiny. And, oh, I see what I did with the Barber dime. Okay, first prize. There is a $25 gift certificate from the Ultimate Finds box. The Ultimate Finds box is not the only thing they sell. They also sell a coin vise. I think that's all they have, though, with the Finds box being their first prize. Also from Landa Studios, or is that, yeah, Landa Studios, you get the gram of gold. And there's a 1942 Walking Liberty. And 1912 Barber dime. So when I hit 1K, I will make a specialty video. I just showed off all those on a camera, not even, yeah, okay, I was doing that, right? I showed you those, right? I don't know. Oh. But that's going to be my prizes. I'll set up something better to show those off. You only hit 1K once. I figured I might as well give out some generous finds. My other coin from the Netherlands, the 2.5 gulden, that is in decent shape, is 1962. So I am retaining that for myself. Otherwise, I would have thrown that in with the first prize. But the second prize gets a bit of foreign variety. Okay, that's all I got. That's all you're going to see here today. Unless you're in a warmer climate than I am, stay warm. If you're in Australia and it's beastly hot, stay cool. Take care. And I will see you soon.